So Trump won't sign the bill. Let's listen up to why.
The confirmation hearing of nominated and incoming Federal Reserve Chairman Kevin Warsh, and potentially the SAVE Act, with President Trump saying he will not sign any other bills until the SAVE Act passes. Joining me now in this Sunday Morning Futures exclusive is Senate Majority Whip, Wyoming Senator John Barrasso. Senator, great to have you this morning. Thank you so much for being here. And I want to start with the price of oil. Price of oil, crude oil is up 27% in a week. You are from an energy state. What can you do as an elected official to rein in prices?
Well, I was with a number of Wyoming ranchers yesterday in Wyoming, and when the price of gasoline goes up, it's a concern for food because the ranchers say, hey, it costs more to produce that food. But fortunately, Wyoming is America's energy breadbasket, and we are producing massive amounts of energy, and America is now energy dominant. We are no longer so dependent upon the Middle East as we have been in the past, and this is because of President Trump's policies. His drill, baby, drill is working. America is now the #1 producer of oil in the world. We're setting record numbers. So what's happening now in the Persian Gulf, yes, prices are up. I think they're not going to spike as high or stay as high as long as if we didn't have such a dominant position in the world as we do now in America because of America's energy position. The real loser in what's happening in Iran right now, Maria, is China. China is losing because they take so much energy from Iran and also President Trump's action in Venezuela. China's gotten lots of cheap oil from Venezuela. They bought it at a discount. So China is really set back significantly. We need to continue to produce American energy, American oil, gas, and also coal, uranium for nuclear power. American energy is the fundamental solution to our problems.
So you agree with the president that this is a temporary spike and oil will come back down, plummeting back down with well enough time ahead of the midterm elections then, where people are worried about affordability and the Democrats are trying to pin it on you, the Republicans, for higher prices?
Well, we promised to make America safer and more prosperous, and we are doing both of those things. Affordability is key. People are going to see that in terms of their tax returns. Refunds are about $1,000 higher a year this year.
Yeah, my refund check, I was able to pay my lawyer up. I'm going through a divorce. It's not easy. I can't talk about it right now, but thank you, Trump, for the refund. Enough to lawyer up.
Because of the working families tax cut law, all of these things are trying to put more money in people's pockets. Energy is a big part of it.
All right, let me get your take on the response from the Senate on some of the president's proposals, including the president wants a $1.5 trillion defense budget in 2027. We are also expecting
Trump has a way of getting these politicians who agree with him. He lets them know your job is on the line. I'm going to endorse you so that you can win and continue doing your job. If not, you don't want to go up against the #1 PR person in the Republican Party, the MAGA party, Trump.
The Pentagon to ask for a supplemental defense package of some $50 billion. Has that been requested yet?
No, that hasn't been requested yet. Maria, first, the world is safer today because of President Trump's decisive actions in Iran. Signed into law. I'm a full supporter.
Okay, Senator, it's good to have you this morning. We so appreciate your time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Senate
Maria.
Majority Whip, Senator John Barrasso. Up next, Iran, Venezuela, the budget, the midterms. Last time he joined us, my next guest told us he wants to help normalize relations between Israel and Saudi Arabia as the Trump administration takes on Iran's brutal regime. South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham is here on the president's agenda at home and on the world stage. Plus, later, Gang of Eight member and House Intelligence Committee Chairman Rick Crawford on the road ahead. Back in a minute as we follow new developments this morning.
Again, mainstream news got to report on this. Thank God Trump doesn't care. He knows he's doing the right thing. Just following his intuition as a human being. As an American citizen who's been here from the beginning.
I don't think it's an appropriate question. You know, I'm not going to answer it. Could there be? Possible, for very good reason. Have to be very good reason. And I would say if we ever did that, they would be so decimated that they wouldn't be able to fight at the ground level.
He's not going to send ground troops yet. I guess you just heard him say it, if need be. So that should put fear on the enemy's back. Let's be honest here.
Welcome back. That's President Trump yesterday on Air Force One on whether he would send ground troops to Iran, as the president appears reluctant to do so, but could not rule it out. The war in Iran has been fought largely by remote warfare, including...
Nobody ever spoke about remote warfare. Like, was the U.S. even capable of doing it? I guess they were, because Trump is proving it. You never hear about this remote warfare. All you hear is about, oh my God, he's going to do troops on the ground and it's going to be World War III. Oh my God. Everybody nervous. Everybody's scared to death. But now he's making it happen.
Air power, such as stealth F-35s and long-range missiles and kamikaze drones, cyber warfare, and intelligence meant to destroy Iran's military systems from the air rather than occupying territory. The president met with defense contractors on
The only problem is going to be regime change. I want to see how you're going to get that done without sending Americans inside to make sure the right people get in. Like right now, all we see him is doing everything from the outside of the country. So they better pick somebody that Trump likes.
the White House on Friday, prodding them to pick up the pace of production, as the war is estimated to cost up to $1 billion a day, with the first 100 hours alone costing $3.7 billion because of the intensity of those missile strikes and air operations. Now, sources tell me to expect the Pentagon to request a defense supplemental package of up to $50 billion in the coming days and weeks. Joining me now in the Sunday Morning Futures exclusive is South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, the chairman of the Senate Budget Committee, which...
Again, we're going to see who is going to side against Trump, who doesn't care about his vote or his endorsement.
Shapes the overall spending, as well as a member of the Appropriations Committee, which decides how money is actually spent. Senator, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And I want to get your take on all this. $1 billion a day. Oil prices up 27% in a week. You've got the president wanting a $1.5 trillion defense budget in 27. The idea that the Pentagon is about to come to you for $50 billion on these strikes to Iran. How are you going to answer?
Best money ever spent. Was it worth to America to take down a religious Nazi regime who's trying to build a nuclear weapon to deliver to America? That's a really good investment.
Well said. Instead of just making promises and making empty threats, nobody comes through. All these politicians are just warning, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, ultimately do nothing. Well, not Trump. Trump is actually making do. You know what? I think the military is happy that they actually get to put into practice everything they have learned.
They're going to fall. It's not if the regime falls, it's a matter of when. And you didn't mention today, and nobody has, quite frankly, we now know they had enough 60% enriched uranium to make 11 bombs. What's that worth to America to make sure they don't have 11 bombs? All of this money is to make sure they never go nuclear. They can't hit us with ballistic missiles, and they stop terrorizing the region. When this regime goes down, we're going to have a new Mideast. We're going to make a ton of money. Nobody will threaten the Straits of Hormuz.
I mean, religious maniacs with nuclear bombs. That's insane. Nobody would have been safe. And here you got Trump making the world safe. Everybody should be thanking Trump.
Again, but Donald J. Trump saved the world from real chaos. Witkoff, the negotiator, was told by the Iranians openly that they have stockpiled enough 60% enriched uranium, 460 kilograms, to make 11 bombs. Thank God Trump did this. Can you imagine a year from now? What would it cost America if Iran had 11 nuclear bombs to threaten us? They would.
Hasn't he done enough? Hasn't Trump helped enough? True help, not the fake help the Democrats put up.
hold us hostage. We would be held hostage in perpetuity by this terrorist regime. So the money we're spending is a good investment to take down a regime that's been the largest state sponsor of terrorism, has got American blood on its hands. And when this regime falls, it's not if, when, we're going to have a gateway to peace. And the next thing that will happen is Saudi Arabia will recognize Israel, and that will be the biggest change in 2,000 years in the Mideast. And Donald J. Trump is the man to make it all happen.
Look at that. Iran is the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism. Enough said. Trump did it, man. Woo! The man had done enough. Let's all get behind him and make sure that he got the money that he needs to secure the win. We got to win, not only there, but also against the cartel on this side of the world. All right, all the South American countries. Woo, not an easy job, but we have not an easy president. The man is putting in the work that we all elected him to do, and he's doing it for like free. I don't even care if he's doing like side hustles that we don't know about. He's getting paid for it. He's doing his job. All right, with that said, let me get out of here. Make sure to hit the like button. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. With that said, peace.